12-year-old Lila Hayes used to love the sound of airplanes. Her parents, Amelia and Grant Hayes, were pilots who often flew humanitarian missions to deliver aid to remote corners of the world. Every time they came home, they'd bring back stories of distant lands and tiny gifts that carried the scent of adventure. But one cold October morning, the world she knew came crashing down, literally. Her parents' plane had gone down over the Pacific Ocean, the victim of engine failure. There were no survivors. Lila's life became a blur after that. She moved in with her only living relative, Aunt Claire, a no-nonsense woman who lived in a small apartment in the heart of the city. Claire meant well, but her world was one of rigid schedules and practicality, leaving little room for a grieving child. The first few months were the hardest. Lila would sit by her bedroom window, clutching a small model plane her father had given her, staring at the sky as if hoping to see her parents' plane returning. School became a distant obligation, and she barely spoke. One day, while rummaging through a box of her parents' belongings that Aunt Claire had reluctantly kept in the closet, Lila found something unusual, a leather-bound journal. It was her mother's. The pages were filled with sketches of exotic locations, notes on flight patterns, and cryptic messages that seemed to hint at something more, something hidden. One entry caught Lila's attention. "The key is in the wings. Trust the skies, and you'll find the truth." What truth? Lila wondered. She read the journal over and over, her curiosity burning through the fog of her grief. Weeks later, she stumbled upon another clue while tinkering with the model plane her father had given her. Hidden inside its tiny cockpit was a folded piece of paper, a map. It marked a location deep in the wilderness of Alaska, far from any known airstrips or towns. Unable to shake the feeling that her parents had left her a final message, Lila decided she had to follow the map. She withdrew what little money she had saved and bought a one-way bus ticket to Anchorage, leaving a note for Aunt Claire explaining she needed answers. Once in Alaska, Lila faced challenges that tested her courage. With the help of locals who were drawn to her determination, she managed to gather the supplies she needed and chartered a flight with a bush pilot named Sam, an old friend of her father's. The journey to the marked location was treacherous. Snow-covered mountains loomed on all sides, and the freezing wind rattled the small plane. As they approached the coordinates, Sam pointed out something unusual, a long-abandoned airstrip and a hangar, hidden beneath a canopy of trees. Inside the hangar, Lila discovered a plane her parents had once flown, still intact. The walls of the hangar were lined with maps, documents, and photos of their humanitarian missions, but there was more. A locked chair sat in the corner, and inside, Lila found a letter addressed to her. The letter revealed a secret her parents had kept to protect her. They had been working to expose a corrupt organization exploiting aid missions to smuggle weapons. Knowing their lives were in danger, they had hidden evidence in the Alaskan hangar, intending to return for it once it was safe. But they never got the chance. Determined to honor her parents' legacy, Lila took the evidence to the authorities, who launched an investigation that uncovered the corruption her parents had fought so hard to reveal. The story made headlines, and though Lila wished her parents could see the impact of their work, she felt closer to them than ever. When she returned to Aunt Claire, Lila was no longer the quiet, broken girl who had left. She carried her parents' courage and a newfound sense of purpose. From that day forward, she dedicated herself to helping others, just as her parents had, ensuring their memory would soar on wings of hope.